and Pendleton with the big edge. He has won 7 of those 8 meetings.
Well, they both think alike because I know they want to just both win the national championship. Chris Pendleton winning it last year. Askren saying, you know what?
Come on in, shake hands.
If I lose this match, the whole year's a failure.
One thing Pendleton knows, and he said this, he admitted it, he said, Ben's one of the few guys who I feel has my number. If I don't show up, he's proven he can put me on my back. He did that at last year's Big 12 championship, the only win for Askren, and then Askren followed and said, yeah, but Pendleton got me when it really counted in last year's final. So it's Pendleton, the top seed in the orange Oklahoma State singlet, then Askren and the gold of Missouri. Pendleton is wearing the red ankle bands and Askren in green.
That won't be the last time we see that scramble and that kind of pretzel outcome.
We've seen a lot of that, Tim, throughout this tournament. It's almost like a new technology of defense. The roly-poly, diving in between your legs, grabbing your opponent's ankles and counter. And Askren is a master at it. Here, Pendleton stepping over, trying to put Askren on his back. See if Askren can convert it on the ankle of Pendleton.
Boy, the twisting of these limbs, it's amazing that cartilage isn't separated with moves like this.
Pendleton's left arm is hooking over the top of Askren's right arm. That's called a whizzer, and that is the defense that is enabling Pendleton here to keep Askren from scoring.
Askren doing a nice job, again, finding the angle to come back to that position when Pendleton almost came out and faced him. He just got to get up to his feet, get his hips up in the air. Now catch that far ankle there. If he kind of let him go there. Where I think with the new rules, if he would have jumped at it, kept his feet in bounds, he could have gotten 2.
On your marks.
Each wrestler with a good attack thus far, but neither could convert to earn points.
Gary Castle is our referee for this match.
These guys do a little different styling. As you see how far their hips are out, their butts are out in the air right there. It's hard to attack when they're that far, and they still have good position. Now,
good hold.
There it is. He's got the far ankle.
Had the far ankle, and he also slipped the whizzer. Nice job, Pendleton getting 2 points.
Pendleton won last year's final against Askren by the score of 11-4.
Easy off. Break easy.
Credit to both these wrestlers. We've seen how many upsets have happened. Defending champions go down. Those that were in the finals last year not getting back. Here they are. The number 1 and 2 seeds in the finals where they're supposed to be. Sometimes we give all the accolades to those low seeds who upset, forgetting how much pressure it is on the top seeds to go where they're supposed to be. We have the example right here.
That's a good point. Tim, what I love is Askren's confidence. Even though he's lost 7 out of 8 meetings against Pendleton, he says, I didn't come here to make the finals. I came here to win.
That's exactly right. He's lost only twice during the year, and it's both been to Pendleton. He says, hey, it doesn't matter.
Who's developed so rapidly, came into the program as a 145-pound high school senior, wrestles 174 now. Says his improvement is across the board. Physically, emotionally, and technically, he's identified his weaknesses and always moved forward.
You know, one of the reasons there, that's a great point, is because Chris Pendleton didn't start wrestling until late in his middle school, junior high years. I talked to him about it. He got beat a whole lot of times as a freshman. He is fresh compared to a lot of the wrestlers that have been wrestling since 5 or 6 years old. So he has a lot of upside to him, and that's what you're seeing now in his development.
Good shot by Pendleton, and on the right leg of Askren. Oh, what a great move there. Elevating the leg, forcing the takedown.
Building up a commanding 5-0 lead, and riding time now starting to become a factor. That's up to 55 seconds.
Lots of time left in this match. Don't count Askren out. He's unorthodox and has the ability to put people on their back.
As Quint was talking about moving up in weight classes, we take another look at this great move.
Did a nice job of controlling the hips. So he was in on the single, and then he attacked the hips and put him down on the mat.
Great reaction by John Smith as well. When you were thinking of moving up in weight class, how difficult is that for these guys? Is it a natural progression for them?
Askren could get the reversal. He does. It's difficult at times to move up in weights. Bigger power, but you have your speed and your technique. As long as your technique doesn't slow down, you can compete with them.
And sometimes it's just because you're late bloomer. Your body is changing as a freshman and sophomore. And I think that's obviously part of what happened with Chris Pendleton. Pendleton answered that reversal with an escape of his own. Scores 6-2 as the second period winds down.
So this second period comes to a close. Pendleton has the advantage, 6-2. The Division I Women's Swimming and Diving Championships coming up Friday afternoon, March 25th at 2 Eastern on ESPN2 for a preview of the Women's Championships. Visit NCAAsports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships.
Look where
Pendleton,
Askren's
the number
hips are.
1 seed. Askren, number 2. And the riding time, he continues to build.
And with the elbows out there, that makes it easy to go in and get the wrist, and that's what Pendleton's done. He first has the hips of Askren down on the mat, then the hips get up and his elbows are out, so he goes in and gets the wrist and pulls them in. Great job of riding, taking advantage of what Askren's given him.
Is that a technique Askren needs to work on as he gets a little older?
Yeah, you got to keep your elbows in. You're just offering the near wrist to you, and you know, you're right. You can always get better.
Still red! Still red!
Oh, here, Askren trying to make a move here. Pendleton struggling, but Askren able to turn the corner, come out on top.
Stop! We got a reversal! Front injury time, red!
Something wrong with
Green over
the
here!
left arm or shoulder of Chris Pendleton. They haven't stopped the clock yet. It's still running. Somebody needs to stop the clock.
That's the injury time.
I see.
And so they've got minute 15 left in injury, and if he's not able to go, then there was nothing illegal about it. Askren would win by default.
And there, that arm got twisted. And Pendleton go, and we're back to action here tonight.
Askren just let Pendleton go. Cut him, so now Pendleton ahead 7-4 with riding time. There's got to be a big move here by Askren.
Oh, yeah. Pendleton looking at a cradle, but I don't think he's got the angle to effectively use it, so he'll hang on to the ankle and earn the takedown.
Yeah, and he hung on to the ankle, then he cut across to the other hip, other side of the hip. Nice job of adjusting and getting his 2 points.
Threat of the cradle, though, really put Askren in a bind. He had to give up really defending the leg.
One! We're neutral, guys. In the center.
That shoulder feeling a lot better for Pendleton now. He knows he's just 15 seconds away from defending his championship.
He can give up points. He hasn't been hit for stalling. He can back up. It's going to be tough for Askren to come back here.
And the Cowboys go 3 for 3.
Good job, guys. Hey, drop your ankles in here.
John Smith's Cowboys
Gentlemen, shake hands.
are so dominant in this championship.
Do you think Askren's going to look forward to next year without Pendleton?
I was wondering, was he congratulating him or saying, thank God you're leaving?
Yeah, I was going to say congratulations on graduating. 8 out of 9 times.
The 174-pound weight class left now to Ben Askren, and that sophomore is primed to take over. But Chris Pendleton, the fourth 2